Welcome all. Another episode of OG Talk. This is Chase, and just wanted to jump on here today. It's a good vibe, it's good energy out here today. I feel like more good things are gonna start coming our way. As I say I'm speaking to this collective that has chosen a different way, right? The people with the magic glasses on, let's say, as Dick Gregory would say. So earlier today, I was just kind of having a moment. I had to take care of something kind of important, and it went pretty well, I think. I'm not sure. But outside of that, once I got past that part and, was about to continue my day, I sat back for a moment because I started feeling something weird on the inside of me. And you might feel like this too sometimes. I asked, I don't want to, God or, I would say God or the world or the universe or what have you, right? I just had this thinking of why so much disappointment, right? Why so much killing? Why so much sadness? Why? And then, as I was looking at things, I saw a clip of, people bashing Nicki Minaj for her comments about the things happening in Nigeria. I don't want to speak too much on it, but it made me think of, in this fallen world, the devil really is in charge of this world. Or if that's too harsh for you, maybe, evil factions, right? Evil organizations that run the world, and we are just little pieces in that, trying to survive, right? I was thinking, well, God, why so much disappointment in my life? Why so many obstacles and hurdles? And when I see people who also have woken up, going through abnormal atrocities and just outright unlawful things happening to them, it's almost like, the evil that permeates this world just supersedes all laws of the land. You don't have rights anymore. They do what they want, right? They do what they want. So when I was thinking about that, and the answer that came to me was so simple yet so profound. It was because you can handle it. It's because you can handle it. You've always handled it with my help. And you will always be able to handle any situation because I'm here. That was it. That was the thing that kind of shot right in my brain, because you can handle it. See, some of us have been put in this world where, sorry, I'm trying to get this beat right. Some of us have been placed in this world, and it will never be fair for us because the system isn't fair. It isn't. It's meant to dominate and destroy. And if you're the type of person that you're okay with that, and by any means necessary, I have to destroy others to advance and hurt people along the way, well, that's what the world is. So if you're not in that vein, if that's not your lane of life, then this life is going to be a struggle. Because if you don't play along, you will be punished. And it made me switch something on how I was feeling earlier to how I feel now. It invigorates me. It excites me. It gives me more energy to know that despite it all, they can't turn me bitter. They can't turn me bitter, yo. I would not turn bitter and let this world turn my heart cold towards people who are in the same boat as me. Right? But I will say that it is a time to come out the closet, so to speak, and be heard. So I commemorate Nikki for doing that. And I always am on the side of the people who will speak out. If you're not going to speak out, then it's either two reasons. Either you're a coward and afraid, which is okay, because we know what they do to people who speak out, right? So you either fall in that vein, or it ain't got nothing to do with me, so I don't care. I can't stand that mentality. Because eventually they come for all of us. Just because they haven't touched you yet or yours yet, don't mean they can't and they won't. Right? But where does it end? So many people out here are running around, these mass agents who are just snatching people up and doing all these atrocities against fellow Americans. The reason why they wear the mask, because they don't want to be seen. They want to make their money and do their dirty work and stay hidden. But you can't stay hidden from God. And you can't stay hidden from the energy that you get out. It will come back. If you are complicit in harming others and blatantly just disrespecting people and stomping all over their rights, at least the rights we're supposed to have, you will be found. And you will be judged for what you're doing. Nothing goes unseen in God's eyes. Humans may not see it. God sees everything. You know? If you've been feeling disappointment lately because things either, haven't gone your way or didn't pan out, or you got divorced, or, you had a life-altering event, just know that the devil runs this world, and that people like us, it's an uphill climb, because you can't just go. Once you, as Dick Gregory said, put on the magic glasses, once you know what you know, you can't go back to the old way. It's not comfortable anymore. These life talks are so helpful to me, because it gives me a sense of, if there's just one person who watches a video of mine and it changes their perspective and make them want change, to get away from the demonic distractions that are sapping our energy, it's you're not going to, it's not going to feel comfortable anymore. When I do something wrong, I feel bad, or if I don't meet up, let me not say wrong, because right or wrong is subjective. But if I do something that's not aligned with who I am now, it bothers me. And, my conscience will just, start bothering me about it. And I suspect a lot of you are the same way. The old way just doesn't fit anymore. The old friends who all they do is talk about what happened back in the day. And, you come around and you just don't relate to that stuff anymore. It becomes a lonely world. And a lot of us are, have that sense of loneliness of not being understood in this world. But I understand. And that's why I do these things, and because I want you to know you're not alone. Not alone out there, man. We all out here fighting too, just trying to either figure it all out or not try to figure it out, which is probably the best way, and just roll with the punches. But when you walk this path, you seem to get more thrown at you tenfold than people who just, they're cool with the old way, but it's a new earth. And right now we have to do the best with what we have here. I love you all, each and every one of you, because we're all connected and we're all one. And in God's eyes, we're all the same with different little stupid suits on. I love you all. Peace.